What's going on, basketball fans? Welcome back to the Phoenix Suns My League. And we're done with November already. Suns finished November with a record of 7-16, finishing on a 3-game losing streak. We saw some good stuff from the Suns and a lot of bad stuff. Devin Booker led the team in scoring with 18 points a game. TJ Warren was pretty good off the bench, averaging 13 points as the sixth man. Josh Jackson's been playing pretty well, averaging around 12 points, 4.5 boards, 2.5 assists. Elfrid Payton's been not too bad, scoring over 10. Alex Len averaging nearly a double-double, 10 and 10. And then after that, it starts to trail off. I have liked, at least in the games that I've played, liked what I've seen from Tyler Ulis as a playmaker off the bench. Definitely someone I want to keep around for the future. Obviously, Brandon Knight hasn't been very good. Tyson Chandler's been a pretty good guy off the bench, rebounding, playing defense. Marquise Chris is an athletic, spark plug off the bench. That's basically what I see him as at this point. He doesn't have much of a shot. Other than that, he can just dunk. And Jared Dudley's played like all of 30 seconds. Dragan Bender also hasn't played that much. Although I do kind of envision what if Dragan Bender can develop, he can have a future on this team. He's still on that rookie contract, so I have no intention of getting rid of him anytime soon. So let's just take a look at where we sit in the Western Conference standings. Houston Rockets out on top, 17-4 to start the season. The Warriors, Blazers, T-Wolves, and Jazz all at 15-7. And we're down a bit further, not up with those teams. Obviously, this is not a playoff team. This year, we're actually, tanking, really, if you look at it. We're trying to get the best pick possible. We want to get the likes of a DeAndre Ayton, of a Marvin Bagley, someone like that. And that is, I know we're still quite a ways away from the draft, but that is who I'm targeting. I do want, with whatever top pick we get, if hopefully it's a top 5 pick, I do want to get one of those big men, be it Marvin Bagley, DeAndre Ayton, or I think it's Jaren Jackson is his name, from Michigan State. But so one of those power forwards or centers, maybe Mohamed Bamba if need be. But this team's lacking in big men, especially at the power forward position. Allen Williams is not the future at power forward, in my opinion. Taking a look at the league leaders, Paul George and Russell Westbrook absolutely balling out here in the first month of the season. So just where we stand going forward with this My League, I'm getting tired of getting blown out by 20 points. Trust me, I am not bad at this game. I'm playing on Superstar, and I win games on Superstar by a lot. But this team is just not very good. And actually, later on, I'm planning on bumping the difficulty up to Hall of Fame once this team is actually somewhat useful and has useful players on it. But I don't know how many more games we're going to show from the Season 1. I don't know how much you guys love seeing me get blown out as well. Maybe you love seeing me get blown out. I don't know. But the plan is we're not going to show too many more games. We're pretty much the second half of the season from like the trade deadline on. I'm planning on just simming the rest of that once we make the moves, once we trade, the guys we want to trade at the deadline. So once we do that, I'm planning on just getting through the rest of the season, getting through the playoffs, and getting straight to the offseason, because that's the good stuff. That's where we're going to see this team really turn into what I want them to turn into, and get rid of some of the players that just aren't useful, especially for the future. We want to build this team around Devin Booker, around Josh Jackson, and around whoever we get in this year's upcoming draft. Again, be it who knows what it's going to be. Anyways, here are your season awards for the season. You saw Ben Simmons, Lonzo Ball getting your Rookies of the Month. And Giannis, I did not see who got the Western Conference Player of the Month. I looked away for a second, but Giannis got the Eastern Conference Player of the Month. So now, just a quick look at some of the options on the trade market. TJ Warren is someone who I am considering trading. He's also someone who I am considering keeping around. You see there are multiple offers with first-round picks coming back to us, which is something that is really, really enticing for a guy who's only averaging around 13 points a game. Maybe he'd be averaging more if I played him more, but he is getting a good amount of time off the bench. So with the time he's getting and the numbers he's putting up, getting a first-round pick in return for him would be definitely something worth doing, in my opinion. But I haven't really decided whether or not I'm going to keep him around. He is a useful player, especially more so in the simulations, as opposed to, I've struggled to find his usefulness in the games I've played. Mainly because he doesn't have much of a jump shot, and that definitely hinders a lot of what I like to do on offense. I like to have a lot of shooters. Now you're looking at the trades for Tyson Chandler. He will not be on this team next year. There is a possibility he survives the trade deadline. I just don't see any reason to be paying a 35 next year, a 36-year-old $13 million a year, even though he has been pretty useful off the bench. He's a great rebounder. He's a good rim protector. But other than that, his offensive abilities are pretty limited. So he's something I want to... Someone. He's a person, damn it. He's someone I'm looking to move. And then Brandon Knight is someone who I absolutely want to move. He's not that good of a player. He hasn't done much in simulations. He's getting paid over $13 million a year for the next 3 years. He'll be 30 by the time this contract's up. Just something and a player, something, there we go again. Someone that I want to move on from, and someone I don't see as a part of the future of the Phoenix Suns. So you're just seeing some of the trade offers here. Nothing really all that enticing. Definitely going to hang on. No matter what we do, I think more of the moves are going to be made more towards the trade deadline. Once there are contending teams who are looking to, buy at the deadline and, get players they think can help them make a run. And then for Jared Dudley, again, maybe he survives the trade deadline, maybe he doesn't. A lot of these guys could survive the trade deadline, and then we move them in the offseason. But again, these are the 4 players that I'm mainly looking potentially on moving on from. Jared Dudley, Brandon Knight for sure, Tyson Chandler for sure in the offseason. And then TJ Warren is still kind of up in the air. So let me know what you guys have thought of the Suns, my league so far, of the Suns in general. How is the team doing? Any players you have liked so far? Looking ahead to December, it's looking like it could be a tough month. Celtics, Sixers, Raptors, Wizards, Spurs to start it off. That's a gauntlet. Could get some wins against the Kings, Clippers, Grizzlies, Mavericks potentially, but it does look like it's going to be a tough month ahead for the Phoenix Suns. I expect this team to be near the bottom of the league once the season, winds down and once we come to a close. We're vying for a top draft pick. We do not want to make the playoffs this year, so hopefully this team doesn't catch fire. Devin Booker doesn't average 84 points a game. We'll have to see, and we'll have to see which of these players stick around past the trade deadline. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time.
The wind undid my hair like it knew you weren't there. Boys like you never